Welcome back to Jordie Motorsports. Been a while since I've done a video. I've recently brought myself some new equipment. I've got myself a new camera which I'm currently using right now. I've ordered some microphones so when I'm filming my phone you can hear me. Thinking about starting a playlist on my channel called Jordie's Shed. It'll be all of the things I do in my shed, from my two-door. Well, I have its own playlist, but just everything I do in my shed. That's race car wise, fabrication, anything really that I do in my shed. So today's video is going to be on a 265 head, which I'll be building for my VK later on, as it's using a little bit of oil, which isn't, you know, it's not common, that sort of stuff for a hemi. You know, they get old obviously and wear out, get tired, that sort of stuff. So I'll be dismantling this 265 head I have here, which is originally off my VK Regal. So I'll show you what I'll be doing and we'll get into it. Alrighty, so this is my 265 head I have here. So I'm just going to be dismantling it because I'll be dropping it off to Nils Automotive. They're going to do some work to it and that sort of stuff for me. So anyways, the whole reason I pulled my original engine apart was because it was using a lot of oil. 100 mils every 100 k's. Sorry, I lied to you. It was using a litre of oil every 100 k's. So it's not what you want. So anyways, I pulled the head off, expecting that the rings were going to be worn. There was quite a lip. I'll cut it in here somewhere. There was quite a lip on the inside of the bore, the top side of it. So went out to my old man's, pulled a 265 out of an old CM, one of the two. Didn't even know if it ran, popped it straight in and it's still in there now. I've done a couple thousand k's in it now, I reckon. At least 2,500 k's in it, because I do drive it quite a lot. Anyways, gonna pull this head apart, get all the rockers off of it, see if I can get the valve springs off without having to go out to my dad's and get the valve spring tool. Anyways, so let's get into it. So I had to shoot out to my dad's to get some valve spring tools so I can do the valve springs. My screwdriver and spanner trick wasn't working, so use the right equipment, saves breaking and losing stuff. So let's get to pulling the valves out and valve springs off. Have a look at the seats and make sure they all look alright. Make sure the head is good to use. Get the studs out as well. Yeah, get to it. If you come across this issue when you're pulling a head apart, like a 265 head, as I'm doing right now, quite often if they haven't been pulled apart before, the little like retaining clips that go on top, I'm trying to get your camera to focus but it's not going to happen. Anyways, the little retainer clips that are on top of the valves, quite often they can wear a bit, causing the valve stem where the clip goes to get a little bit of a lip on it, making it so the valve won't slide out nicely. So the little trick is just to get a file, not something really big and aggressive, just a little file and knock the edges off the top of the valves and she'll be mint. So I'll do that now and then get them all out, and then we'll give the head a clean and I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing. So now that's the header part, all the valves are out. Now I reckon it's time to degrease it, give it a high pressure clean, and then have a nice good look at it after that. See what we're dealing with there. So, that is the head pulled apart. Somewhat clean. After the struggle of getting all the valve springs out and all that sort of stuff, it's all apart. So, time to show you what I'm going to be doing. So, I'm going to use number one as an example. So, if I get the light in the right spot, see how there's that little lip in there? Chrysler built these things just to get them out at the door and on the showroom floor to sell them. So, I'm going to port this thing. I'm going to grind all of that stuff out there on the exhaust side and on the intake side. Going to give it some more flow around that valve guide. So I'll do all of that to all of the ports, so she'll flow very nicely when it's back on the block and when it's on, if you focus, for when it's on this thing. And then she'll be good to go. Also, we'll be building a diff for it, so look out for that on the channel as well. So once again, thank you very much for watching an episode of Jordie Motorsports, in the series of Jordie's shed and everything I do in here. So, like Uncle Brent always says, look out for your mates. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.